guys, so today I have a video that all of you requested, or not all of you, but a lot of you requested. You wanted a time management video, basically how you can pretty much accomplish whatever you want to accomplish in a day's period, amount of time, 24 hours. These are just little pieces of advice. So, take what you want and what you can from this video. This isn't like, how to have a more organized life. These are just little tips that will help you to have a more organized life. There's not one key that's like, this is how you have an organized life, like this is what you need to do and then it's all gonna happen. If you just start incorporating little tiny things here and there, your life is gonna be not so filled with like frantic anxiety and everything like that. I'm gonna give you some of my tips, things that have helped me, and I hope that you guys enjoy and can take something out of this video. So yeah, let's get started. The first little piece of advice is kind of like the basic fundamental thing. So it's to prioritize what is the most important thing that you have to do that day. If you have an idea of what is the most important thing, then you can have an idea of what order to do those things in, because you're going to be a lot less stressed out if you do the least important things later on in the day and you have the most important things done earlier in the day, so you're not freaking out as the day comes to an end. It's Sunday night and you have school tomorrow and now you're staying up really late and you're not getting enough sleep. So that doing it earlier on in the day is going to help your stress levels not skyrocket. So I would have a mental idea of what the most important things to do are, and then I would also have a physical list. So for my mental ideas, this is just personally me. This isn't going to be everyone, obviously. My most important thing is God, and then my family, and then like school or work or whatever, and then obviously friends and family kind of go together. Like the people in my life, I guess you can say, would be number two, and then like school, work, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. So for me, when I wake up in the morning, I want to spend time with God, and then I'll, read my Bible or do my devotionals, and then I will go, hang out with my family, eat breakfast with them, or have tea or coffee or whatever, and then I will go about I'll go to work or I'll exercise. Sorry, I didn't include exercise. That is so important to me. So just prioritize what you want to do. A lot of people, a lot of you guys have asked me, how do you have time for exercise? Like, I go to school, I go to work, I do all these things, and I don't have time for exercise. Now, as summer is coming, I think a lot of you aren't going to have that sort of excuse, but to me, it's not really an excuse. I think that you can make time for everything that you want to do during a day. We seriously all have the same 24 hours. My advice to you is, how important is what you're doing on a scale of 1 to 10? Is it the most important thing that you have to do? Would you rather edit a video or exercise? For me, personally, I know that I have to exercise pretty much every single day. Now, I know I don't do it like 7 days a week, but pretty much every day I want to get up and get moving, and I will put that over YouTube videos. The health and my physical well-being over YouTube videos and editing, and even work. I have to go and exercise before I go to work or anything like that. If you're stressed out and freaking out that you have all these things to do in the back of your mind, take a minute and take a breath and focus on doing one thing at a time. Because I think what is a problem for most people is that when they're trying to get something done, they're so stressed and freaking out about everything else that they have to do that they can't even concentrate on the one activity that they are doing. So if you're trying to do schoolwork in the morning and you're freaking out that your friend's birthday party is that night and you haven't got her a gift and you need to help your mom bake cupcakes, stop. Take a breath and say, I'm going to do this right now. So take all the distractions away from you, go in your room, shut the door, and just do schoolwork. Now, I know as far as schoolwork, there's little just tips and tricks that I've learned from memorization and things like that. And so, in my opinion, when you have to do a project or you have to memorize something, the best way to go about it is to not, for me, I really hate sitting down and studying. I don't like to do that. I don't know about you guys, but I just personally can't do that. So for me, if I make note cards, or my biggest advice to you would be, when you go to bed, to read whatever you have to memorize. Literally read it like 10 times before you go to sleep. That's what I've done my whole entire life. I'm not even kidding you. Ever since I could first read, I started doing that when it comes to memorization, and I would just do it every night before I go to sleep, and then boom, I had it memorized. It wasn't even something that I had to worry about because I just made it a habit and did it every single night. It wasn't like a chore. I just read it a few times. Going along with that idea, I would say to try, like before you go to sleep, you read everything. When you're going somewhere, and maybe you can't drive yet. This is obviously not for the people who can drive. So while your mom or dad is taking you wherever you need to go, maybe bring your study cards or whatever with you and read them in the car. When I was playing soccer, that's what I would do. I would take all of my little note cards and I would go through them as my dad was driving me to soccer practice. And then I got some studying done, and then I, got my soccer practice in, and I got my physical activity in, and I wasn't freaking out and worrying about all the schoolwork that I had to do because some of it was kind of already done. So if you can get a head start on things like that and incorporate little tips, things like that into your life, it's gonna make your life a lot less stressful, and you're just gonna be an overall happier person, because I am not very happy when I'm stressed and freaking out. So another piece of advice that I have for you guys, to make a list every morning or every night before you go to bed and put things down that you absolutely have to get done. As in, there's no negotiating. Those are things that you completely have to do. There's no if, and, or but. Those things on those lists have to be checked off at the end of the day. Otherwise, you failed yourself. No, I'm just kidding. You didn't fail yourself. But you need to be determined and be like, okay, I have to do this. So, and be accountable to that list. Like, hold yourself accountable. Tell your friend or your mom or whatever. If I was you, I would tell my mom, be like, Mom, I gotta get this stuff done. So make sure that I am. Make sure I'm not like, going on Facebook or the computer or whatever when I have other things to do that are more important that are on my list. So that way you can have friendly reminders and you will get those things done. I don't think there's really anything worse for me than like wasting a day. Just kind of sit around and you don't really do anything. I don't feel very accomplished. I don't feel like I got anything done. I just kind of feel like, well, today was just kind of wasted. Life is so precious and valuable, and it goes by so fast. I really don't think that there's time to waste a day. So get what you want done. If you have a goal of losing weight, or you have a goal of just being more productive or getting into habits, don't waste a day, because every single day counts toward your success and every single day counts toward your goal. So just get it done and stop stressing over it. I think another thing that kind of stops people and gives them a roadblock is that they're always thinking like, oh, this activity is going to be so hard. I really hate writing essays. I can't write essays. I'm dreading this. I'm dreading this. If you just think about it like, okay, I'm going to have to get this essay done regardless. So I can either get it done now and work on it a little bit at a time, or I can get it done at the very last minute, be stressed out, and it probably won't be my best work. The number one thing for me is getting started, and if you can get started, you can go. It's kind of like momentum. You get running, you're like, and then you get into it and you're like, okay, yeah, this isn't that bad. It's good. It's actually kind of fun. So getting started, I think, is the most important thing. So if you can have a list, an accountability partner, or your mom or someone to tell you, hey, you need to stop doing that wasteful activity and you need to get to do what you need to do. So hopefully this will help you. I'm gonna give you an example of one of my days, because I actually get a lot of questions on like, hey, how do you balance your life, and like, what do you do and everything like that. A lot of you know that I am online schooled. I'm actually done with school, and I do a charter school because my family owns our own business, and I wanted to be able to work there and be able to do YouTube. My mom's actually really sick, so last year when I was doing this, I was helping her go back and forth to her doctors and just being with her and I guess supporting her and comforting her and everything like that. And I just wanted to be with my mom. So, it's just for my own personal reasons. There were also other reasons, but yeah, I do online schooling, and for those of you wondering, I absolutely loved it. So as an example for one of my days on what I wanted to do. So most of my days, obviously I had to get my schoolwork done. I wanted to work out. I wanted to film or edit a video, maybe go to the grocery store and kind of prep some of my meals for the week, so I'm not, stressing out about what I'm going to eat, making sure that I'm making healthy decisions. One morning I wake up and I need to do schoolwork, and I also need to exercise. So what I would do is I would set my alarm for whatever time I needed to get up, and I would just literally immediately, I had my Bible next to me. This is just for me, obviously. Not everyone's gonna read the Bible. I'm not trying to push that on you or anything. That's just what I do and what I love to do. And the most important thing in my life is God. So I wake up and I read my Bible and I read my devotionals and I spend my time with the Lord in the morning. And then after that, I get up and I drink my tea or whatever, and I go for a run or I work out in my room. It depends on how much time I had in the morning, but however much time I had, I would get it done. So if that was only a 10-minute workout, 10-minute little ab workout in my room on the floor, I don't care. At least I did something to get up and get moving, get my metabolism going, and then I would run downstairs and make a quick breakfast, a smoothie or something like that, something healthy, and then I would be off and I would meet up with my friend, accountability partner, to get my schoolwork done. So we would sit there for a good, 3-4 hours and really get schoolwork done. School does not take as long online because you don't have recess and lunch and whatever and passing periods. So, I can really get it done. I'm pretty quick at reading. So yeah, so 3 to 4 hours of nonstop schoolwork, and then, we would, get some lunch or whatever. And then I would come home and I'd be like, okay, I need to film. So while the lighting is nice, I'm going to film a video. Like this morning, today I have to babysit and I have to go to the grocery store after this, and I'm just prioritizing. So the lighting is pretty good right now, and that's why I'm doing this video now instead of later. And that way, maybe later tonight when the little kids that I'm babysitting are asleep, I can edit this video. So it's just all about kind of having a mental idea of how you want your day to unfold. If you have to, write a list and write it down and check it off. For me, physical reminders and actually physically crossing something out is very powerful to me. It makes me feel like, yeah, I got it done, and you cross it out. I don't know, there's something so great about just like crossing something out or scribbling it out. So then going back to that day, so then I would film my video and maybe import it while I am having a snack or whatever, and then I'll go make my trip to the grocery store or whatever. And then if it was a day that I had to work, I would just basically be doing the same thing, obviously, except school would be later on in the day after work or something like that. For certain things, you're not gonna have to write them down. Like for me, I don't write down like, okay, going out to breakfast with mom in the morning, or spending time with her this afternoon. That's not really something that I'm like writing down. But like this morning, I didn't exercise this morning. I'm gonna exercise later today. So I pretty much exercise in the morning pretty regularly, but sometimes I don't. Like this morning, my mom was, she didn't rush off to work this morning. She was home, so I went and talked to her. I had a really nice conversation with her, and I'm gonna exercise later in the day, and that's okay with me because I love my mom, and I'm gonna put my mom before exercising. And so yeah, that's just kind of like, you just roll with it, you guys. And once you get in the habit of incorporating small things into your life and figuring out what's the most important thing, you can really get things done. Again, we all have the same 24 hours. It's just what is the most important thing to you. I've met people that wake up at 5 in the morning to go work out. Now, or 4 in the morning. I've even met people that wake up at 4 a.m. to go work out. So, and while some people may say that's a little extreme, I would never do that. It's all about what you want to do and what works for your life. So I'm just saying that you can make it happen, whatever you want to do. Don't let your mental roadblocks block you, because a lot of the times your body will do what your mind can't as far as exercising goes. So if you are wanting to lose weight or tone up or whatever, stop thinking about how difficult it is. I made a whole motivational video on this, and just do the workout and just do your homework. Stop restricting yourself with your mind, because your mind is really the thing that holds you back the most, and it's the thing that will get you the farthest the fastest, because your mind has a lot of power. So you can choose whether that's a positive thing or a negative thing. It's honestly all how you look at it and all how you think about it. And honestly, for me, if I don't think about it too much and I just kind of get it done and go, then I don't know, for me, it's easier. But again, I want to remind you that there's not one key thing to making your life more organized. But there are little basic things that you can do, as I talked about in this video, that can hopefully help you a little bit. And also things like getting more sleep and drinking more water and doing things that are physically going to be good for your overall health, and eating a clean diet, helping your brain to function properly. If you're having a poor diet and you're not sleeping enough, you're gonna be tired and groggy and just not all there mentally. So it's really important to take care of yourself too. A lot of times we wanna kind of give our time to other people and other things, and so make yourself a priority too. You know, work out, eat healthy, take a bubble bath, write in your journal, take a breath and breathe, and focus on yourself sometimes. I don't think that's self-centered at all. In fact, I think that you need to love yourself in order to love other people. So be sure to love on yourself just as much as you love other people. And yeah, I hope this video helped you guys kind of figure out how you want to manage your time a little bit more, especially during the summer when you have more free time, so you can be more productive. And let me know if you would like any more videos like this in the comments below. Of course, leave your specific requests. I love to hear them. I love to do these videos for you guys. I want to help you. So yeah, that's about it for this video, and I'll see you guys later.